In the previous video, we've taken a look at some of the challenges that are causing a lack of harvested lumber for our mills to work with. Now let's take a look at what's happening when we do get the lumber to the mill. The first issue will sound familiar. There's a shortage of workers. The same COVID-related shutdowns that have slowed down the harvest process applied at the mill level as well. Workers get sick. If an outbreak occurs, the mill has to shut everything down. Workers are also facing the same travel restrictions that our harvesters faced. But there's also a new problem at the milling level. International trade is a big part of this step. The lumber is often harvested in a different country than it's milled. This means that it has to be transported over international borders. We'll get to some of the difficulties of crossing international lines in a different video. Even without understanding import-export, having multiple countries involved can compound the issue. As an example, let's say country A is fine and everything is operating normally. The lumber's harvested and ready for the mill. But the mill is in country B, which has been shut down due to a COVID outbreak. Country A has to wait until country B opens. A few days, or in some cases 2 weeks pass. Thankfully, country B gets the outbreak under control and reopens their borders. Except that the sickness is now spread to their neighbor, country A. And now the mill has workers waiting to get the lumber from country A, which is now shut down. You can see how having multiple governments involved can complicate the situation, even if they are getting along, which is not always the case. Let's fast forward a little bit to the part where we've gotten our lumber to the mill successfully. There's an interesting new challenge to overcome. Our mill is currently filled up with flooring. Our mill workers can't mill the lumber into floor because there's no physical space left to stack the finished flooring. That's weird. Why has all this flooring not been shipped out yet? We need to get this flooring to the docks and shipped out. Well, there's a problem. We'll explore that in the next video when we look at some of the challenges facing exporting. The hardwood experts.